waterways across the country. To check this, the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, Bola Oyebamiji, has called for stronger collaboration between the agency and state governments for improved safety of waterways transportation. Oyebamiji emphasized that safety and security are key to the success and growth of water transportation in Nigeria. He highlighted the ongoing initiatives by NIWA to enhance safety, such as the recent introduction of a public transportation code, as well as commissioning of critical operational assets, including survey boats, gunboats, water ambulances, and passenger ferries. Oyebamiji appealed to state commissioners for transportation to collaborate more with NIWA, particularly in the areas of training, safety campaigns, infrastructure development, and financial support. Vicky, what do you make of a call by the National Inland Waterways Authority, NIWA, on the collaboration with state governments to enhance safety and security on our waterways?
It's a timely admonition. And when you look at the number of people that we've lost this year alone on the waterways, you know that this is absolutely necessary for this to be done. A while ago, they showed a video of kids inside a boat.
Without jackets.
That was in Lokoja, at a place called Etiome, where, yes, I was the one who said they should take this shot on that day. Look at them. Those children were going to, returning home. They live in one of the islands of River Niger. They come to school in Lokoja, in the Ganaja area of Lokoja. So once they are through with school, then they go straight home. This is the boat, the wooden boat that takes them all the way home. There is not one person here. Venga, look at them.
No life jacket.
There is not one person wearing a life jacket. And what NIWA has proposed, first and foremost, I think that the NIWA code needs to be domesticated by the states. Because, look, at the end of the day, NIWA is going to do its best. There is no way that NIWA can thoroughly police our waterways and know ferry drivers and other people who are infringing on the code. Once the states put their foot down, that look, certain things must not happen. We know accidents will happen. Sure. Sometimes a change in weather can influence boat accidents and all that, you know. But what NIWA we want to see, for example, is for Nigerians to refrain from using these wooden boats because they do not offer the protection that other boats not made of wood offer. Those ones still, accidents happen. We have to agree that accidents can happen. And that's why I talked about even weather, sudden change in weather, for example. You know, visibility can suddenly become poor. But there are rules that must be obeyed. You must not overload your boat. A lot of overloading takes place. I was sitting there that day. I saw them bringing even cows with these boats.
Cows with these boats?
They tie their legs, put them inside. It's not like what they told me. This was what I witnessed.
That's serious. That's serious.
And they will overload these boats. Yet, not one person is protected against an accident. NIWA will want a situation in which every boat operator must have the necessary life jackets that the people that their passengers must use. So states have to put their foot down, look at the NIWA code, look at how they can ensure that before their people move on the waterways, those steps must be taken. Those steps must be taken. Some of them take unnecessary risk. Like in the case of the actor that we lost the other day, Junior Pope.
Junior Pope.
That was an undue risk that was taken at such a time of the day. So the NIWA code already stipulates what operators must do. And I believe that if people will follow those codes to the letter, these accidents will be reduced to the barest minimum. So we need to target those littoral states. States like Kebbi, where we have the Niger passing through them, Kebbi, Delta, Kwara, all of those states, especially the ones where we know that these accidents are frequently happening.
True.
They have to be monitored. The states, as is suggested, the commissioners for transportation in the states must be up and doing and help NIWA to achieve its aim.
Exactly.
But whenever these accidents happen, NIWA will have to step in and see what they can do. NEMA too will get involved. Like the one that happened the other day, somewhere in Niger State, although the victim, the people that were largely Kogi people who are going to trade somewhere in Niger State, and then we lost them. So safety must be prioritized over any other thing.
Exactly.
If we do that and the states design their own laws, drawing from the NIWA code, for example, I believe that we'll be able to improve water transportation, because it's an excellent means of transportation, but just that our people take unnecessary risk.
Unnecessary risk. But now, how do we ensure that both the boat operators and the passengers adhere strictly to the safety guidelines? Do they even have enough personnel to ensure?
I think we have enough laws. The problem is enforcement.
Enforcement.
And one thing we must realize is that water transportation is one of the oldest means of transportation in Nigeria. People have been using canoes for centuries. And if we are able to improve on our inland waterways, it's really going to help us a lot. If you go to countries like Liberia, it's big business. They even use it for tourism. You see big ship, you see a lot of people there, Christmas time, I know that music and everything, going from one community to the other. So if you can improve on our waterways, I think it will be great. In Nigeria, we have about 10,000 inland waterways, out of which about 3,000 are navigable. And I think this is a huge asset. We have almost about 200 rivers, the longest being River Niger, followed by Benue. Niger is about 4,180 kilometers, which spans over several countries and all that. So it's a huge resources, not just for tourism, for transportation, moving of goods from one point to the other, and also for security. So I think the government, what NIWA is saying, I think I agree, but it has to also be put into practice. It means that states should consider setting up State Inland Waterways Authority.
Okay.
Yes, some of the states don't have that as we speak. That means they need to show more interest, in preservation of lives and then developing the waterways resources in each state. And I believe that talking about preventing these accidents, just like Babajide spoke about safety measures, it also includes having water ambulance, so that, on the sea, people can, they are an effective IT monitoring system. If people are going on, before they take off, you should be able to monitor through the control room and know that, these people, they are not having life jackets. So even prevent that boat from taking off in the first place. And also the use of drugs. The waterways are also means of, smuggling for people who are into drug, narcotics, and all that. So the NDLA, they need to work with NDLA. If people, boat drivers, you need to check them whether they are on drugs or not. So I think what is happening now, I hope we enable us to explore waterways as a means of transportation and to develop it into an effective...
Do you also think that with this collaboration, it will boost confidence in water and also increase patronage?
Sure. You know, imagine waterways in Lagos, you know, in Ondo, you know, in fact, even in northern states too. Yes. They have a lot of, so if states can also invest in waterways, it's going to open up a lot of windows of opportunities in various areas, transportation, movement of goods and resources, agriculture, tourism, you know, all sorts of things, you know. So I believe, I hope the governors will listen to what NIWA is saying, that they should make laws to also set up states inland waterways.
Domesticated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And coast guards.
Yeah, coast guards, yeah.
To patrol the waterways so that when these emergencies happen, they can quickly respond. The same way that the Minister of Works says that they want to put emergency responders along that the coastal superhighway, so that when things happen that they need to respond to, they respond in quality time. So it's if we would develop our waterways, people will find it pleasurable to commute through the waterways. If, for example, I'm living in Ikorodu and I walk
on the island,
nothing
stops me from coming by the...
20 minutes, you're there.
Lagos to Warri is 2 hours. I'm happy that I made the chairman of South...
Say that again.
2 hours.
Lagos to
Warri, 2 hours. I made the chairman of South, I think, Warri South local government, Wenyimi. He said they are doing a proposal with Lagos State government to develop waterways between Warri and... So if you can have 2 hours, ship moving from Lagos to Warri, you know what that means. So I'm happy they are working on that proposal. He said he'll be coming to Lagos very soon. So I just ran into him, and he was telling me about that kind of...
Why are we not doing this there? Lagos to Warri.
No, there are so many things that we've left undone.
Yeah. Exactly. There's so many.
There are so many opportunities that are just waiting, you know, to be tapped. So this is one of such opportunities, but we just have to get our people to behave sensibly.
Yeah.
Why would you, as a boat driver, for example, get involved in drugs or even drunkenness? You put people's lives at risk by doing that. So they need to check them before they leave.
Okay.
You know?
All right, let's move straight to our next conversation. Rumors about